Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to Tennis Manager 24, episode 31. Already into mid-September, so this year has gone by pretty dang quickly. We finally have that negative balance, and I don't think we're going to rectify it finally this month, as there's no expected big source of income. But we've already done well. I mean, we've already made 20K in half a month. Another 20K still leaves you 20 short by the end of the month, as we were 58K in debt at the start of the month. Rankings dropping for a few, but Kayla Cross, in between the end of the last episode and the start of this one, I've gone through 2 weeks already. Kayla Cross had one poor tournament, but she also had a semi-final appearance that saw her ranking jump back up to 270. Everybody's in good form. Morale is now looking really good for everybody, and form itself is back to where we were. All four being competitive, and two of them doing pretty well. And we've reached the end of the second hard season with King going from 212 up to 153, continuing to score, though she scored less. But again, we did have that injury. Just 3 tournaments, 6 wins, but did not win a tournament. A 50-50 rate for Kayla Cross during that last period, including that semifinal appearance. I think all 3 out of the 4 or all 4 of those wins came in that one tournament, but it was her best winnings in a while and definitely her best points haul at a healthy jump, 50 points up, or 50 spots up. But Noelle does the opposite, drops nearly 50 spots, gets just 4 points, 4 tournaments, 4 matches played, 4 losses. Ouch. Nava only scoring 8 points himself, just 1 win. So we are really seeing a drop off in form in the other 3 across the board, though at least we're seeing a little resurgence at the moment for Cross. It's World Cup week. Of course, I relinquished my spot in hopes of the eventual senior level spot, so we are going to sit this one out. We are not yet at the finals either. I think this is that second stage. We've had the qualifiers. We're now in the second stage World Cup, with the finals to come next month, I believe. Funny. We were meeting half of your objectives 2 weeks ago, and Alexa Noel 2 weeks later is like, I want to end my contract. No. Everybody had a week off for the World Cup. Now everybody has a week of training before they get into their next tournaments. So we're already looking at a 2-week and in some cases a 3-week break in between tournaments, causing everybody to take just a little dip in form, those who had it, which is the funny thing, is because you got to train to get form, but you've got to compete to keep form. And there's Alexa Noel, who's not at a 0 evaluation, and it was much higher recently. It was at 50% just a few weeks ago. She's had a couple bad tournaments, and just like that, she's whining and crying and wants out of her contract. That's frustrating. Finally, a tournament. It's been a month for Martina King since she has played. It's now the end of September. We still have that 38K in debt, as we just went through 2 weeks with no tournaments for anyone. But there's a tiny, itty bitty, small little chance that we are going to make enough money to break even in September. It's not happening. It's all this week, but I think everybody should be competing. It's a first round win for Martina King. Let's see what happens with the others. All 4 are competing, 2 of them here at Templeton, so we might see Kayla Cross in one of the later rounds. That's a good sign. We definitely need that if there's going to be a chance. Nava out in the first round, so there goes our hopes, and Cross out in the first round. Noelle, the only other one to get through the first round, means the payouts are going to be very small. Sure enough, they are. 4K. Why are we at 3.8, though? All of a sudden, we were at 38. Noelle out in the second round, 3,000, and just like that, we're at 700. I do not know what happened. We were at 38K debt, right? It was not 3.8, it was 38. We covered 4. And then all of a sudden we were down to 4K. So 38 add 4, negative 38, becomes negative 34. Like, where'd the other 30,000 go? Equipment supplier paid out 40,000. That has to be where it came from. I don't see any other options on income. So equipment suppliers paid out a really good amount, and all of a sudden we're right there. Right before the end of the month, we're going to check this one off because we have active tournament late in the tournament, already through the quarterfinals, into the semifinals, that will make us enough money. And even though, okay, fine, it's the first, but somehow September actually worked out, but it was through the equipment supplier that made that happen. Semifinal, Amarni Banks, 7 seed, 228. Even if we lose at this point, we've already got a good payout coming, but we are through yet again. Another final appearance. 100, is this our third? I'm curious. It's been only a few days since recording the last one, but my mind is gone. Yeah, this is that. No, this is only our second. Fourth appearance overall at this level, and we are looking at claiming our second victory. I'm not going to play it live, though. I don't know. I'm not too stressed about what happens here. It's a win. Second at this level. -2 on the winners. -1 on the unforced errors. There's your decisive moment there. +16 on the forced errors. She only forced us into 7 mistakes the whole time. And that was the difference. There you go. 14,700. Offsetting September. Second time we've done that, where it's kind of overlapped by a day or so into the next month, but all in all, counting it as we were, most of the way through the tournament already by that point. That being said, we now have 48K to go to cover off the month of October. I don't know how we keep managing to do this, but it's a beautiful thing with what's coming. A payout of close to 400K, or at least 350K in 2 months now. This week's training had an emphasis on our lowest attribute, which was the drop shot, and with one week, 2 sessions, we've seen her drop shot go from a 7 to an 8, so now everything is an 8+, and in terms of 8s, there's still only 2, the drop shot and control, which was the other one that I just leveled up a little bit ago. Still have a few 9s, though, so I'm probably going to work on those. The control, though, is one of the important ones, along with timing, so I might actually focus on those, but it'd be nice to get that backhand and serve power up to a 10. The underspin can wait, but the control, timing, serve power, and backhand, I want to get those all up to a 10 as soon as possible. Everybody's got a tournament this week, already mid-October, so we've got to do something to be successful. A 1 seed, highest level. We've been here once before, did not win. What will King do? Noelle? Noelle is also here. So it's not Kayla Cross, it's Alexa Noelle, and Noelle's only the 5 seed, as we've flown more than 50 spots past her in the rankings. Cross, smaller tournament, out in the first round. Had one good run for her in her last 7 tournaments. Noelle, Nava, both through the first rounds of theirs, so that's 3 progressing at least to the second round. Much tougher second round opponent in terms of ranking, though. And we squeeze out a 3-set victory, as closest we've had so far in this episode. It's only our second tournament, though, I guess. We were +17 on winners. Unforced errors, didn't do so well. Did not keep it very clean, -5. But forced errors wasn't too bad for either of them, +1. Nava and Noelle both out in second round, though. So their payment is marginal at best. We're talking about 4K combined, so we're now at 41,000. And suddenly, our big money maker is Martina King. Ocean Babel. I know I've offered contracts to Ocean Babel before, but if memory serves me correctly, somewhere about 3 years ago, I had Ocean Babel on the team for a while. It's Fiona Crawley, who a wild card who knocked off Noelle. Balanced match, should advance and do 3 sets. We get the win against Babel. 54% of the points won, -2 on the winners, but +8 on the unforced errors. Even though we didn't keep it very clean, she really didn't keep it clean, and we had a pretty healthy advantage, +9 on the forced errors as well. already into the semis. This should pay out pretty well. And it's Fiona Crawley again. So this is where we could have been going up against Noelle. It would have been a guaranteed final for us. And all three that remain are pretty decently ranked. The other two in the top 200. Balanced match should advance third straight round with 3-set victories. We're keeping it close. We're keeping it interesting. +5 on the points. +3 on the winners. -1 on the unforced errors. And +5 on the forced errors. No double faults. Also helpful. And we will play Bjorklund, the 8th seed, 196th ranked player here in the final of a tournament of which we've never been at this level before. We've played one tournament, one level, one tier above this, and lost in the first round. So this is new territory for us. Balanced match, focus, but should advance just slightly the advantage on this one, apparently. They've never played each other.
Fault. Second set.
All right, match underway. Bjorklund already attacking the net on the first point and catching Martina King out. She easily could have chased that one down, but I don't think she anticipated that the ball was going to be there. And a little worrying the first couple of points here. Opponent's hitting the ball with a lot of power and going opposite side on us, and she's well in control of this first game. It's only 3 points, but it's still a worrying trend that she's hitting the ball with power and accuracy and wins first game without us even, like, she didn't even bat an eyelash and beat us pretty handily there. So it's going to be an important game for us to bounce back. We don't need 40 love or to win the game without giving up a point anyway. But we absolutely need to win the game. And probably not for it to be close, right? We need to beat her pretty comfortably. And doing well so far. First 2 points have been hard to come by. The first point was not easy to get. Much harder than anything she did in her first game.
30-15.
The second one involved a serve that barely hit the line, but hit the line. A mistake saw us just miss, otherwise we would have already won the game, but we do with one extra point played, and it's one game all. So both players early are looking like
15 low.
Are looking, there's a term, there's a word, I got distracted, advertising boarding that I'm just not used to seeing in this game yet. Used to seeing it in Football Manager, but not in Tennis Manager. They now not only have progressive ads, but now they have Frigo Cheesehead ads.
Second set.
It's a good string cheese.
30.
Couldn't even tell you who my insurance company is. I technically have 3 of them.
30-40.
The house, the car, the business.
Deuce.
Oh, we don't get there in time. Here's the good news, though. It's deuce. So we are returning after she absolutely hammered us in the first game. We've bounced right back.
Advantage.
It was aggressive. Did work out in her favor. All behind here. Win or lose on this game, it's encouraging that it's like, oh, wait a second, we can play, we can hang. She went in god tier mode for that first game, but she's come back down to earth for that next one. She did eventually win it, but feeling a little more encouraged by the status. And then we break her in the next one, and it's 3-2. But she turns around and breaks us, so this game's going all chaos mode as we broke her again and then finally win serve. It's 5-4. And set point at 40-15. Good serve there. Nice winner. Okay, we got the first set.
Second set.
Oh, look what came into play. I didn't even notice that. Not only is our opponent now anxious, she's already sitting at the 50% threshold. No wonder. So she was tough in that first game, but she lose accuracy very early on. Nice serve there. We just got there and got it in play.
Love 30.
Somehow turned that into our point. Love 30. Obviously, to break her in this first game after winning the first set, while she's already fatigued,
15-30.
would be a huge, huge advantage for this set. So we did see a little bit of I could break her, she can break me back and forth in that first set. She means business with her serve, though, right now. She's tough to get that return on. Nice.
30-40.
30-40, our advantage. With a good serve. Not quite as dangerous as the previous couple, but enough so that this is a pretty balanced rally at the moment. Oh, mistake. That was very unfortunate. We do take the first game. Then we just catch the line, don't get the call, but I don't mind not getting that call because it was very much on the fringes of that line. Nice. 15 love. All right. Looking good. Up 2 games already. She will bounce back. Stay in it. Oh, she broke us, though. She broke us. So much for that front foot. Come on. Come on. There we go. 3-all. Another chance to break her. And again, failed to do so. We've had 3 straight return games that we've... 4 straight return games, and we do finally break her. And just like that, at 40-30, it's match point. So that back and forth, and then finally getting what we were seeking. Next thing you know, it's our serve, and we're ahead just enough to have a match point. But we're on the back foot of this one, even though we're serving. Oh, what a great ball, though. We were in a dangerous position there. She had us on our heels, and then hit a beautiful winner. That is our biggest tournament win to date, 6-4, 6-4. And a fantastic club payout of $19,600. Oh, hell yeah. Just like that, the debt's down to $21K. And maybe, just maybe, we can keep October neutral. Maybe. Noelle and Nava both losing in the first round of their tournaments this week. Those were the only 2 we were participating in. So not a good week on the finances front or on the let's maintain form front. I'm going all in on training. I had 3 extra sessions this time, so King might be a little tired. But the backhand and the serve power, fingers crossed, will reach 10. It doesn't. No gains this week, but we're still making decent gains. Remember, technical is actually not our strongest area, training-wise. Last tournament of the week, though, and $19K to go. Probably going to come up short. Second straight week, though, at this tier. So King has a chance to go for a back-to-back at this level. She's up to 100th in the rankings. Oh, man. That's scary. Cross, a rare second round appearance for her. Only the second time she's even done that in the last about 10 tournaments. Quarterfinal already for King, and definitely one of the tougher matches we're going to see. Balanced, but should advance and squeeze out a 6-4, 6-4. -8 on winners. Big advantage on the unforced and forced errors. The absolutely beautiful thing of hovering on being in debt and not being in debt means that end of October, 4 expiring staff contracts come along. They all should have received bonuses, but because we have a slight negative balance, all 4 of them turned around and accepted basically the exact same salary that they have right now, adding 2 plus years to all of their contracts with no sign-on bonuses, and we're going to be able to sign each of them immediately. Wonderful thing there. Huge money saver for us. Can't believe how well the finances are working out this season in our favor. With just a couple days left of the month, anything less than a tournament win, I think, will find us being short of the positive balance. We might finally have a negative, but all the way to October, where I thought it was going to be August or July even. So And for a while I was definitely nervous that it was going to be earlier than that, but we get the win 6-3, 6-4, so we're into the final. Losing the final might make just enough money for 14K, but no, I don't think so, because we were looking at what, 16, 17K for a win. You're not going to only drop a couple K. It's going to be like half that. Almost, like, not much more than half. We'll pick up maybe 12K, which would leave it negative. So we've got to win this. Second time here, but I am going to simulate 6-1, 6-4. Look who's bailed us out again. Martina King is the club's hero. She is now the winningest, the highest ranked, who's just tearing it up. We've gone from the first tier to the second tier to the third tier. No matter, we continue to win. And now she's making the kind of money that end of the month, positive balance, and just signed all those staff members to multiple year contracts. What the hell? We've had so many issues, and then all of a sudden just everything's fallen into place this season. Winnings 19,600. By the way, let's check in on how I'm progressing as manager. Still level 5. Only 4 more upgrades to go, so there's only so many points that are going to come along. Overall reputation is a 4 seasons. We're nearly done with year number 4. Robin Montgomery is the highest ranked we've ever had at 86. Noelle started at 95 and dropped like immediately before she even played her first tournament. She was outside of the top 100, and now she's almost down to 200, and that's all happened recently. Right, she was in form, she was doing well, and now the last 2 months she's losing very quickly. I think she's had 1 second round appearance in 2 months. But King, 100, and new rankings coming after this tournament. We'll probably see her at least above Noelle's highest rank. Before long, King will literally be the best player we've ever had, which is crazy to think. Junior titles, we got the 2 slams, both for King, of course, and 1 junior girls final. Great way to wrap up the juniors for us and bring us into this. But almost all of these Martina King victories. 4 at the 15 level, 4 at the 25, 3 at the 60, 4 at the 100, which is now 2 straight for Martina King. That's 2 to others. 3 titles at the 80 level and 1 at the 125. At King's current rate of progression, obviously, I think we need to head into that next tier. Technically, this is 4th tier already, but that 60 is hard to get into. I think it's men's only, and we've had 3 victories there. Has Navas won 3 times? Has he won 3 times at that level? Second round qualifiers for 2 Grand Slams. First qualifier for a 1,000. First qualifier for a 500. Clearly struggling at those higher tournaments. And a 250. But then he won the 125. He's played a lot of them. He has not done well quite a few times. But then he's gone on a run. Almost half of those. The 100s, no wins, semifinal, and a 75 is the lowest he's done. And there was a first round exit too, which was pitiful. In fact, he's been lower in the lower tournaments. The 125s, he's been more consistent. He's done better. Noelle, 60, first round exit. 80, second round exit. A 50-50 split at the 100s. A round of 16 just once in a 125. And no strong performances here. But the big thing, making 3 round of 64, I guess. Getting second round of the French Open was biggest result, especially for points. For cross, round of 32, a quarterfinal for the Pro 70. That's that 3rd tier. There's the 4th tier, 5th tier, I don't know. Anyway, semifinal, that's Cross's best performance of the entire year. That was recent. That was just week 35. It's week 43 now. I've gone really fast. That was this episode. King, only looking at the pro stuff. Rank is at 102. It went down. Okay. I know how that happens. We're in a smaller tournament. We score points. Yay! Bigger tournament. Somebody scores points. They go up the rankings. Bigger tournament, more points involved. Anyway, first tier. we won 3 out of 4. Second tier, we won 3 out of 7 with 1 first round exit. Third tier, 2 out of 4, so we did play third tier. Fourth tier, 2 for 2. We've won them both. 150 points, only a small jump over that smaller tier. And then the one larger tournament, 250, round of 32. Do think we are headed for US Open qualifiers, maybe a day away. Chance to do well for November also and break even and somehow still have a balance. Are you kidding me? We could push it all the way till the December, meaning we could actually make the whole year without finishing the month in debt, right? I mean, we had those 2 iffy ones where we had it, we didn't have it, the money was there, the prize money that we would have received was enough. Anyway, what a year though. What a first year for King to literally go from unranked starting out and then start winning, climbing up, and then win and climb up and win and climb up, like as we jump tiers, and the points just come on and on and on, and all of a sudden we're 100 and 102. We've got up over 900 spots this year. 948, 950 at our highest. Even more if you count the low point week 3. It's just crazy the rank change. This is starting to get into that territory of you got to watch out for the next gen finals. Super young for that, just turned 19, but we're almost in play for that. Klugman at 18 though, and Efremova, who was the number 1 last year in the juniors before we took the spot away from her, right up there. Fruvertova, Andreeva, Mboko, definitely the ones you know. No names at the top, no big surprises there. There's Emerson Jones. We're up to 17th. You're up to 17th in the next gen rankings. And that is with 17 tournaments played, where everybody above us, every last one of them has played 20 or more. Not this year, obviously. But could it be that by next year we'll be in that top 8 to 12 and qualify for the next gen finals? I don't know if we want to put our name in the hat for that one at this point, or take whatever tournament comes along at the time. I might have to jump in and affect those rankings, or choices, registration choices, but I don't think it's gonna. I think we're a little too far down for this year, and I think they're probably a little too good for this year anyway. Remember, we're just climbing our way up the tournament ladder right now. That is going to do it for this episode, though. But holy crap, things are just going insanely well for Kate. Then there's the others who are starting to slip off. It's still been a way better year than what we had in the previous 3. This is that first year where we're getting a little more support from the other 3. Finances wise, I don't know if they've been their best, but King has been. She's making so much more money for us now. It's crazy. And yeah, now she's our main. We did not get her contract renewed yet, and it still expires next year. The big thing, though, is she wants a bonus, and we do not have the finances for that bonus, but we'll certainly have that at the start of the season, and I think that'll be one of the key things. Not just the facilities, but the Martina King renewal will be a big part of the early days of the year. That's going to do it for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.